Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV. Between last time and this time, I stepped out into Central Thanalan, and then I just sort of kept going. And it took a few hours, but I got all the Atmos for this side relic quest. The drop rate is random, but it's actually pretty dang good. For quite a few of them, I walked into the zone, did one fate, and got them, or one or two fates and got them, so... although some of them took, you know, like an hour or something in the zone, just doing fate after fate after fate until finally it clicked. Anywho. What's funny is they call this an enhancement, and I'm pretty sure the only thing that happened to it is that it changed color and got 10 item levels. Yeah, it changed color and got 10 item levels, but if you notice, the base damage and the strength and all the stats, they didn't go up at all from the Zenith variety, so... Wah, wah, wah. Ching. I suppose, I mean, like, you didn't really make it any better, so... Yeah, sure, I'll help you out again, even though, you know, it's basically a waste of time. The Zodiac Braves, huh? Final Fantasy Tactics references. Okay, so that wants us to go to Revenant's Toll, but let's go jump back into the main storyline, because, eventually, you know, the main storyline will have us go to Revenant's Toll, and then we can have one-stop shopping again. Yay! Please ignore that I had to teleport around to 12 different zones to collect all of the Atma. Wait, Pearl Lane? Oops. What did I just do? Oh, stop that. Put that back in the mix here. Yeah, another point of contention about the whole Atma stage was you do all this work, you go do all these hundreds of fates and whatnot, and then it's like, we've enhanced your weapon. It's like it gained item levels, but it didn't gain any actual stats, and it's just sort of like, you son of a beach. Sure looks nice though, doesn't it? All blue and gold, blue and gold. He thinks I'm gonna beat him up. Well, I'm not from UL'DAH, so it's not really for coin. You've misunderstood me, so... Just another good reason to be from Gridania. Let's put this spear away while we're doing main story quests. We don't want people to see that we're working on a relic, right? Right? No, I'm kidding, of course. Imagine the scene if you were a Lalafell and you were trying to intimidate him. It would just be so stupid. Ooh. I just find it kind of funny in like a fantasy RPG when you're like, once you've actually become decked out and you know you've like slain dragons and destroyed ancient super weapons, like you know, gone to other worlds and done all this crazy shit, and then a town guard's like, hold on, I need to detain you for questioning, and it's just like, no, you don't. It was like, come quietly or I'll cut you. It's like, town guard, town guard. Think about this for a second here. Ew, picture of the Sultana. We took a walk on the promenade out in the rain. She said she loved me. Couldn't scream as I held her close. I swore I'd never let her go. Tell me what you wanna know. Oh come on, oh come on, oh come on. There ain't no motive for this crime. Jenny was a friend of mine. Sorry for all the sniffling. I woke up today with clogged up nostrils. Give me that money.
Commander Swift has kept us apprised of your recent activities. You've made great strides towards quelling the violence.
Despite our best efforts to determine what provoked this uprising, the truth continues to elude us. Have you uncovered aught which might shed some light on the mystery?
This information does not leave this room. The Syndicate's decision to reject the Doman refugees' appeal for asylum had lasting repercussions. A number of those displaced by the calamity claimed it was proof of a policy of discrimination. Together with a group of Alamegan refugees, they organized a series of demonstrations to protest against the Sultanate. Demonstrations which became heated, but did not descend into violence. Until a certain incident served as a call to arms.
A unit of brass blades sent to supervise a demonstration loosed arrows upon unarmed protesters. It was this atrocity which prompted the refugees to take up arms. I need not tell you what followed.
We assumed at first that the attack was born of a miscommunication. When emotions run high, they happen. But suspicions were raised regarding the unit's commanding officer, whom I ordered interrogated. Sure enough, our fears were soon confirmed. The dog confessed that a merchant had offered him coin to give the order. A merchant in the employ of Teleji Adeleji.
Teleji Adeleji? But he spoke in favor of the Doman's cause, and has ever seemed sympathetic towards the refugees' plight. Why would he do such a thing?
Know you of the Cartano Reclamation Bill? It is a proposal to annex the Cartano Flats so that refugees may establish permanent settlements.
When last I looked, that was disputed territory.
Aye. Some might even call it a battlefield. The destruction wrought by Bahamut was greatest at the Cartano Flats. That much is common knowledge. What is less well known is that his rampage laid bare ancient Allagan ruins, of which no record existed. There are certain differences of opinion as to how these ruins should be handled, which is why each nation maintains a military presence in the region to this day. Yet differ though we may, we are still allies. Therefore, in the interest of preserving the Eorzean alliance, we have reached an agreement. Any conflict which may arise during the course of military exercises in the region shall have no bearing on relations between our nations. In full knowledge of this delicate state of affairs, Teleji Adeleji proposed the Cartano Reclamation Bill, a shameless bloody ruse which stands to benefit him in but one conceivable way. If successful, he will gain control over the disputed territory under the guise of assisting in the resettlement effort. And you can be sure he'll build an orphanage next to every Allagan ruin.
The man would threaten the unity of the Eorzean Alliance and risk...
Yeah, shut up, Nanamo.
He walks a path all his own, independent of any faction and beholden to none of his fellows on the Syndicate.
By inciting the less fortunate to violence, he hopes to convince others that the Cartano Reclamation Bill is the only viable solution. His sympathy for the plight of the Domans was not but posturing to gain credibility with the refugees. Of that there can be no...
Her voice is so annoying.
Forgive me, but what could possibly motivate Teleji Adeleji to go to such lengths? What is so special about these ruins that he would risk his position on the Syndicate, and, most likely, charges of treason against the Sultanate?
Omega.
Pardon?
An Oligon monstrosity, not unlike the Ultima weapon. Mayhap larger, we know not. It has yet to be fully excavated. Oligon inscriptions indicate that it was created to fell Bahamut himself. If accurate, it might explain why Nail Van Darnus chose to bring the Red Moon down upon the Cartano Flats, given the ends he went to ensure Eorzea's annihilation. Destroying the one weapon which could stay the Elder Primal may well have seemed like good sense.
I don't remember them talking about Omega in this cutscene at all. Like, was this retroactively added? Or my memory must just be shit.
When first I bore witness to the power of the Ultima weapon, I doubted the evidence of my senses. And now you tell me there is another such weapon. One which could contend with Bahamut. Bahamut!
Aye, we were skeptical ourselves. Truth be told, until the Ultima weapon's existence came to light, we thought the inscription had been mistranslated.
At present, Omega is more akin to a fossil than a tool of war, having long since ceased to function. As such, its true potential cannot accurately be gauged. However, if someone were to restore it, as the Garleans did the Ultima weapon, I have little doubt that he would wield untold power.
Power enough to subjugate UL'DAH like as not, and the rest of Eorzea besides, which is doubtless why Teleji Adeleji yearns to have it.
That he should aspire to world domination. He who has ever walked 2 paces behind Lord Lolorito in matters of commerce.
'Tis in acknowledgement of his own limitations that he seeks this power. Woe betide us all should we allow him to have it.
Pray waste no time chasing rats. Only a fool would believe that secrets can be kept in UL'DAH.
It would seem the implications of the Sultanate's refugee problem are rather more far-reaching than we assumed.
But hey, if we were to call to arms and go and try to liberate Alamiga, we could give them their homeland back. Yeah? 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 And then we wouldn't have to worry about the Cartano Reclamation Bill until Teleji Adeleji's bullshit would fall to the ground. Hmm? Hmm? I guess maybe this was supposed to... This was around the time PvP came out. And, or at least... What do they call it? Slaughter? It was the... I think it was the first 72-man PvP. It might have been 24-man. It's been so long I can't remember. But you have PvP at Cartano Flats. This main story tie-in with Omega might be how they were trying to get more people interested in doing it. Oh, imagine that. We gotta go right back to Revenant's Soul. Oh. So, given how link shells work on a player-to-player basis, shouldn't she just be able to talk into the link pearl and all of the scions hear it? Because we have the scion link pearl, and then they have the Baldesian link pearl, and yada yada yada, right? Like, shouldn't you know, like isn't it like a network? Like, shouldn't it be a network? I mean, I'm thinking too much about my fantasy video game, aren't I? Well, such is my way. This is the way. Seriously, I have to have the relic equipped to be able to pick up the quest. That's dumb. What I meant to say was they're extremely rare and you aren't like to find them anywhere else in Eorzea. 9 books comprise a set, and each alone is worth a small fortune, but I like you, adventurers, so I'm willing to offer them at a discount. Even for a bargain price of 100 elegant tomestones of poetics. You can be the proud owner of a piece of history, a book from the sacred trials of the Braves. Anywhere else you'll easily pay twice that? Nowhere else deals in elegant tomestones. Apparently we can raise stats with the books. Let's use the Book of Earth, huh? Then you get a list of enemies that you gotta go kill. That's what is it, 8? No, it's 10 total. And then there's 3 of each. So there's 30 enemies in the overworld. 3 dungeon bosses. Fortunately for us, at least THAL can be done unsynced. And then fates. Specific fates. Oh my god, that's the most annoying part. And then specific levy quests. So yeah, this book stage, to take it up from the Atma to the Anima relic, it will take a while. So yeah, I won't be doing that on screen. If I even, I mean, I want to do it because I would like the Animist stage, because that is a really cool glamour weapon in my opinion, but at the same time, I mean, it takes a while, so we'll see. We shall see. We shall see. Primal Ramu, huh? You foresaw this eventuality and did not prevent it? I told Papa Limo I suppose I could have reported things to Benfilia earlier, but there honestly wasn't much we could do except wait and see. You know how the Sylphs feel about people poking around in their territory. They already summoned Remu once right after the calamity, but that was because the Garleans came tramping through the forest. So long as Castrum Orion stands, the Sylphs cannot be blamed for wishing to have their guardian deity on hand. In short, Ida and I are in agreement. The actions of the Forest Folk were inevitable and unavoidable. And I maintain that observation would have remained the best policy had it not been for the sudden influx of strangers into the Black Shroud. That, alas, we did not foresee. What would it be like without people? And only beastmen? What was great was, you know what, actually, now that I think about it, I do remember that they brought up Omega Weapon. I thought that they were going to be formulaic with it. And I thought initially, that the fact that we were getting more primals, you know, like Leviathan and now Ramu, and later we're going to get, you know, Shiva. And I thought that they were going to have Omega Weapon come out and, you know, absorb all of those, and we'd have to fight it with, like, you know, ice and lightning and water powers. But they didn't, so it's like a minor spoiler, but I've already checked my Let's Play full of minor spoilers. And some major. Sometimes I have a really hard time denying what I know and acting like, oh yeah, I'll just not think about that too hard. Claire incarnate. That's a pretty cool glam. I like the purple. She looked nice. Proceed. They sure do come to the Lotus stand a lot. Well, Y'shtola's kind of being a dumb bitch armchair idealist about this. I mean, she's not actually an armchair idealist because she is out on the front lines. And she actively participates in stuff. But I mean, like, she says, like, oh, it's all man's fault and we shouldn't be doing this. And then she goes on and kills beastmen with us. I mean, like, come on, lady.
Scions of the Seventh Dawn, on behalf of the people of Gridania, I bid you welcome. Your presence is of great comfort to us all in these days of uncertainty. I summoned you here to share tidings of a most urgent nature. But a short while ago, the great elemental spoke, and his voice was clarion in its intensity. Ramuh is returned unto the forest. Scarce had his words ceased to echo in mine ears when we were visited by an emissary from Little Solace. Our guest informs us that the Sylphs too have sensed the presence of the Lord of Levin. Though his exact whereabouts remain unknown, we may safely assume that the Primal was summoned within the heart of the Sylphlands. Unlike the other Primals you have encountered, Lord Ramuh is no raging avatar of destruction. He is revered as much for his wisdom as his strength, serving as both arbiter and guardian to his children. Given that we and the Sylphs found a way to share the Twelveswood, it is my hope that this sagely immortal will be amenable to reason, and that conflict may be avoided. Blessed as you are with the power of the Echo, you are one of the few among us who may commune with a Primal without fear of influence. I would ask, therefore, that you represent us in this most delicate of negotiations. The Twelveswood has suffered enough. Upon this, we and the Sylphs, and I would venture Lord Ramuh himself, are in perfect accord. Let us not endanger our shared home by engaging in unnecessary hostilities. Dear friend, I beseech you, safeguard the peace which exists between our peoples. You have my thanks. Pray make for Little Solace, then. A member of the Order of the Twin Adder awaits you there. He will advise you on how to find the Lord of Levin. An ill wind blows through the forest. Yet, it is not only the Twelveswood that flinches at its coming. All the lands Veorzia shiver in dread anticipation. Have care.
She looking serious. Oh, we got automatically ejected into Old Gridania. trying to remember what it was like when this came out. I think if I remember right, people were like the unlock came way faster than people were thinking it was going to into that story patch, because it came along with the story patch. But I've lost track of exactly like which patch we're in. I think we're in 2.2, although we might be in 2.3. But I think we're in 2.2. I think we're in the last half of 2.2. So, yeah. I like the coloration of the touched sylph lands, where it's all purple like this, and like it really makes you feel like you're in a, you know, like a mystical, like, you know, dangerous forest. But oh, the music back here, as well as the fact that the sylph daily quests were so annoying all the time. Just having to be back here so much, like, oh my god, this area drove me insane. Black Creek. Looks like we got a warrior that likes wearing black. He's a tatted up Highlander. How about that? Lord Ramu, huh? Hapalima would call him Lord Ramu. Skin changing tricks, huh? Continue searching for the scions. Very well. I do actually like the main storyline quest that goes up through here, because it shows you the deviousness of the sylphs, with their, you know, skin changing and the whatnot. But I guess what's really used to annoy me about this area was that the sylphs aggro, and they are almost all mages. It was really common when you used to get hit on your mount that you would get inflicted with weight for 10 seconds. So your movement would get slowed down tremendously. Was it though? I mean, Tancred doesn't really cower. I had to make sure. Aren't you right here? Like, didn't you see me do it? Like... Arrgh. But yeah, so you'd get hit by thunder and you would instantly get weight, and then you'd have to hop off your mount if you wanted to move a little bit faster or deal with your aggro. And it made going through here incredibly annoying. Two Y'shtolas, huh? Okay, yep. Hit him with bombs, One of them will be a sylph, and the other ones won't. Do you suppose sylphs go good in salad? Poetry rises unbidden to my lips when I behold a maiden's fair countenance. 'Tis the curse of my minstrel blood. What you mean, the real Thancred? What's this about replacing me? This must be how Ida feels most of the time. Leaven an impression. Big old evil masked one. It's like evil Naraxia.
Nora betrays thee, servant of hiding. Thou art the bringer of light, bane of Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, and Leviathan. I am Ramu, guardian of the children of the forest. Thou tramplest upon sacred soil, bringer of light. By what right doth man intrude in this sanctuary of the sylphs? Gridanians proffer peace? Their words are born of delusion, thine offer an insult. Thou speakest of harmony, yet carest naught for my children's desires. They did but wish to dwell beneath these boughs in solitude. Yet even that was too much to ask of man. Thus did they turn to me for succor. The sentence I pronounce upon thy kind is just. Gridanian or Garlean, it matters not. The good intent of one excuseth not the misdeeds of the other. Thy conflict have brought naught but anguish and misery unto the forest. All blame doth lie with the darkness that resideth in the breast of man. Whence sprung this calamitous seed? In the beginning no such duality existed. Were light and dark given form when man was born? It would explain much. Not least why strife and sorrow follow ever in thy wake. Thou canst not deny the urgings of thine own nature. Knowing that thy mere presence here portendeth tragedy, wilt thou persist in this pretense of peacemaking?
Hell yeah, you fucking Y'shtola with a beard.
Thou bearest the crystal which I bestowed upon my wayward charges. That they should entrust so precious a gift to thee. Thou standest apart from thy kin. Thou art the bringer of light, aye. But there is something more in thee. Very well. I shall consider thy proposal. Shouldst thou survive my trial. If thou wouldst champion the cause of harmony, I must have proof that thou art fit to play the role. Were mine ire,
and prove to me thereby that thou hast strength enough to stay the darkness which threateneth to consume thee. Yet if thou shouldst be found wanting, know that all men shall perish in the storm of my judgment. Come to me, bringer of light. I shall await thee on the field of battle.
Seems legit.
Urianger, it is rare indeed to find you so far from at home.
The Lord of Levin himself. Never till this day had I looked upon his visage, save in painted renderings made faint by time. Ever shall this scene remain etched in my mind's eye. Beg pardon, my lady. I must beg thine aid on a point of research. If thou art resolved to face Lord Ramuh, I would ask thy leave to observe the event.
Yeah, sure, man. Garleans watched me kill Ifrit and Titan. And battle with Garuda. So, I mean, I think the only primal I haven't been watched kill was Leviathan, technically. But I mean, I guess Mistbeard and the others were in the boat. Anywho, pretty much out of time for this episode. So next episode I will open up with queuing into the Striking Tree hard mode to face Lord Ramuh. So that'll be fun. I guess I'll just go back to Eastern Shroud for now. And anyway, thank you for watching if you did. And hope you enjoyed it if you did. Stay safe out there. And I'll see you again next time. Yeah.